Hello and welcome to my review of Transformers Masterpiece Prowl. And this is another guy that I just recently picked up at a local convention. And once again, I had several people ask me if I could review it. So we're going to give this one a shot as well. Taking a quick look at the box here, I'm really liking the way that the artwork is being done for these Masterpiece figures now. As you can see, you've got a nice shot. It's not actual artwork, it's actual photographs of the figure itself. You got the Nissan Fairlady 280Z vehicle here, converted for police purposes, and then you got a nice shot of the robot there. Around the sides of the box, you got a pretty cool shot of Prowl there, pulling his rifle out, and then on the other side you got a shot of the vehicle itself. Then on the back side you got some pictures there with Prowl with Masterpiece Prime, and showing you that you can actually mount him into the trailer and he could actually fit in there. And then down here you got the pretty much everything that comes included. You got the vehicle, the weapon, you've got the in a little baggie here you got the instruction sheet coming in a little baggie, and you've also got this this card that seems to be getting popular now. A lot of people are doing these cards now with their higher end Transformers figures, so these are kind of nice to have. It's got some really cool artwork of Prowl standing there. It looks really awesome. He looks very G1, but also kind of comic book looky, and he just that's a really nice piece of artwork there for Prowl. And then you turn him around, and I can only assume that these are some tech specs, or if not, maybe this is the bio over here, and then over here you got some tech specs along with picture of the robot in the vehicle mode. Pretty sure these are the tech specs down here. Up here, I'm guessing that it's a bio, but I don't know because I don't read Japanese. So if you know, by all means, go down to the comment section, leave me a comment, and let me know if you know that that's the bio or not. So that's pretty much it for the contents of the box. Why don't we get this guy opened up and check the figure out. And here we have Prowl in his Nissan Fairlady vehicle mode, and this vehicle is awesome. Now, Prowl here was released in September of 2013, so this guy just came out last year. Here in car mode, he's approximately 6 inches long and about 2 inches tall at the top of the light bar here. He rolls fairly nice, and it's a great scale. This is the new scale for the Masterpiece figures. This is the third, I guess, the third mold in the new Masterpiece style. Once they got downsized, and they're trying to make them all like the same scale. The first figure would have been Optimus, then Lambor or Sideswipe was the second mold. Of course, you got Red Alert, and there's a couple other repaints out of that one. And then this is the third mold, and of course we're gonna, we've got Prowl. We're also gonna be getting Smokescreen and Blue Streak. So, and I plan to get all of them as I find them. So, fortunately, this guy is going to be getting a U.S. release, so it'll be easier to access this figure. Unlike the Lamborghinis didn't get licensed to be sold in the U.S., so you have to import those. Whereas with these guys, if you haven't imported one of these yet, this is an import. Again, I got it at a convention, so I paid a little more for him. But if you haven't gotten these yet and you're interested in getting these, just be patient, because these are going to be getting a U.S. release at Toys R Us, so that's going to be great. So let's get them compared to the other Masterpiece figure in the line, and that would be Sideswipe here. And as you can see, they're pretty much the same size. Sideswipe is just a tad bit shorter, which stands to reason. Of course, he's a little he's a little shorter lengthwise, and he's a little shorter also in height. Because but that actually stands to reason because of the model of the car. But as you can see, these guys look great together in vehicle mode, and they look great together in robot mode up on the shelf. They look fantastic. Now, the weapon that Prowl came with, he comes with his rifle, and much as I don't like to mount vehicle or weapons on the vehicles, this vehicle does have the option to mount the weapon to it. So, if this is your thing and you like to put weapons on vehicles, well, I'm going to show you how. You can see that the rifle on the back here has the handle, and it's in a bit of an L shape. And if you look at the back of the light bar here, you're going to see that there's a slot. So, fairly simple. I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going with this. You just take that peg, push it right into that slot there, and there you go. Now you have a police car with a giant rifle mounted on the roof. and that looks silly. But you know what? It's not my thing. Doesn't necessarily mean it can't be your thing. If you enjoy this, then there you go. That's how you do it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take the weapon off, and we're going to get into the transformation. So I'm going by memory here. I've done it several times now. I'm not necessarily going to go in the order of the instructions. We're just going to get from point A to point B, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start at the bottom here, down here by the front wheels. Oh, my mouth stopped working. Okay. Down here by the front wheels are going to be the arms. So we're just going to take the front wheels here, the whole thing, and just pull it straight down. And it wasn't meant to pop off, but sometimes it does. That's okay if it does. But you just want to take the whole thing at that hinge right there, and these guys are just going to swing out just like that. And typically they would be together just like so. These are going to be the arms. They are pegged in, as you saw, at the forearm. So go ahead and unpeg those right there and straighten the arms out and just kind of leave them there out of the way. Let's see, where do we want to go next? Okay, I'm gonna adjust the camera because I'm seeing that we're having height issues here, and we're gonna get a little taller for robot mode, so that's the reason. All right, so go ahead and bring your thumb down here. This little panel you see down there, this is gonna be the bottom of this hood piece here, not the whole hood, just the center piece. And this hood piece is gonna be attached to the roof. So we're gonna want to go ahead and push that up. See how that unpegs there, and we're gonna take the whole roof of the car and that center piece of the hood and just pull it all the way up just like that. Go ahead and come back down here to the bottom. This panel, it's right here in the center. Go ahead and pull this down. And word of caution, it took me a while to actually get this panel to pop down. It was actually really, really tight. First, the instructions are not exactly clear on it. When you pull down on it, it would come down. Basically what you want to do is you want to pull this panel enough to get the head out of the way. Well, I would bring it down about that much, and that would actually allow me to bring the head out. But it is meant to come all the way down like that. It took me a couple times to actually get it to pop. And then you can just take the head and rotate it all the way up, around, and back up through the hood of the car and all the way to the top there, just like that. Now, you're going to see there's a couple of slots on the bottom of where the head is mounted. So what we're going to do is these little panels here where the mirrors are mounted, we're going to pop these off. These are going to pop, just push those straight down. And as you can see, the mirrors here, they're like soft, rubbery plastic. So, you know, don't be afraid of messing those up. You're not going to hurt them. So go ahead and pop those little panels down. Bring these all the way down to the bottom. And there's two hinges here. There's a hinge right here where the whole piece is shifting on, and then there's another hinge right there. Now what you're going to want to do is take this piece and rotate it in, and then bring it in with the hinge. And basically what you're going to want to do, let's see if we can get good light in here, is get this edge of the wheel well into these slots under the head. So go ahead and slot that in there, and then slot this one in here. It's tricky when you're trying to do it through the viewfinder of a camera. So I'm actually going to look at the figure itself. There we go. See? I look at the figure and I get it in no problem right away. So there you go. Now those guys are pegged in right there and you're ready to go. Go ahead and I'm going to kind of split the vehicle in half here. Just enough to get the doors unlocked and bring the doors forward on both sides. Okay? So now we're going to kind of do a couple of things at a time here. And what's going to happen, bring this panel up again. There we go. Told you, it gets tight. So we're going to do a couple of things at a time here. We're going to bring the hood down, and then at the same time we're going to bring these pieces where the shoulders are mounted. We're going to try and bring these up. And you kind of have to do it simultaneously with bringing the hood down so that you can get the wheels around the base of these doors here. So you kind of just bring those up halfway, point the wheels back just like that. And then you bring the chest piece down some. And it sounds more complicated than it is, and it probably looks more complicated than it is. It's one of those things that you kind of just have to do it. It's difficult to explain. As you bring the hood of the car down, you have to bring these shoulder pieces up simultaneously, and then you'll have no problem. There's no clearance issues. These shoulders will get in front of the doors, no problem at all. So once you get it to about here, there's a reason I stopped here, is that this edge for this little panel that we keep flipping up and down to reveal the head, there's a little tab right there, and there's a slot if you can see down here under the hood, right there where this black piece breaks up and you can see a little bit of white there, this tab needs to go in there. So when you bring the hood down, you want to actually keep looking down in there and line that up. Now when you go to tab it in, I'm going to warn you right now, it's going to require some force. Okay, it's going to be a little scary the first time you do it. There you go, it clicks right in. And of course, because I'm on camera, it's going to come unclicked right away. Because anytime something's going to go wrong, it's going to happen in front of the camera. So, there you go. There's a click. It is still not clicking. Murphy's Law, if something's going to go wrong, it will. Okay, so what's happening here is when I'm bringing the hood down, I'm actually pushing the panel back. So that's actually what's happening here. So once again, I'm going to look at the figure itself rather than looking through the camera. There you go. You heard that click. Now the hood is locked in and it's not going anywhere. So again, that was a little bit scary the first time I did it because it did require some force pushing the hood down into the car to get that tab to click. But once it clicks, it's in there and it's secured and you're not hurting anything. Same thing when you're transforming back into car mode, you're going to want to put some pull on that. So don't be afraid. That's actually designed to be that way. Take your doors, angle them up, and you've got the top of your, and take the hood here, or the roof rather. Take this strip of the center part of the hood there, tuck that away. You're going to bring the hood up, and now, or not the hood, the windshield and the roof piece up. And these are the rocket launchers. I'm going to leave those tucked away for now. Now, this whole roof of the car is going to come up. There's a couple of slots here, and there's a couple of tabs right there on the bottom of the windshield. Bring those up, and that guy's going to slot in right there, nice and secure. And the top half of your robot is pretty much done. This guy is already looking awesome. So we're going to go to the back of the vehicle here. We're going to separate the legs. Come down to the bottom. There's these two panels right here. These are going to slot up just like this, or slide up. Rotate those up like that. That is going to allow you to take the whole side of the rear quarter panel here. We're going to split this away from the back window, just like that. And there are, you can't see them right now. I'll show you once we get them open. There are a couple of hinges here. What happens is, this whole piece is going to rotate out, and now you can see the hinges there. There's actually double hinge. There's a hinge right here where my fingernail's at, and then there's another hinge inside that piece there. So what happens here is, this is going to slide all the way down like so. Okay, that's going to give you clearance to get the thigh. The thigh is actually sitting inside what is going to be the shin. So that's going to give you clearance to go ahead and pull this guy out and get this guy pushed all the way forward, because that is going to be the knee. And now you've got, see how, you can see better now how this guy was slotted up here. Let me see if I can get it back in place. This guy was slotted up here, just like that. And you kind of just pulled it out, brought it down, and then back in towards the leg itself. When you do that, you want to rotate this down. This is going to be the foot, okay? Come back here, the window, just go ahead and turn this down, and it's going to hold on with that little clip right there. It's going to clip right in there. Come around here. If you look on the inside of the foot, there's a little panel right here. Go ahead and push this little panel up, and this is going to help to fill in that gap that's created at the bottom of the foot there, just like that. Okay, so now we go back to this piece, this white piece here. We're going to put this right back where it was when we first started. Take the tailpipe piece, bring it around. That's going to be your heel spur. That leg is pretty much done. So we're going to go to the other side and pretty much do the same thing. Open up that panel on the bottom there. Pull the quarter panel off from the back of the window. That brings the releases the thigh. We'll bring the thigh all the way up. Go ahead and rotate this guy down and around, just like that. Bring the window down. You can hear that click right there. Come over here before you put this up. We'll come over here and push that panel up to fill in that gap. Put that piece back where we started from. Take the black piece here, bring it around the back. That is going to be our heel. Now we're going to take you can see where how the legs are formed now, and take the whole thing at the waist, rotate it around, and there is Masterpiece Prowl in robot mode. And pretty much all we got to do now is just straighten them out and make them look cool. There you go. There is Masterpiece Prowl in robot mode. And check this guy out. This guy is amazing. I am really, really eating up these new Masterpiece figures. They're just such a beautiful design. The engineering on them is done so well, and you've got yourself a figure that looks just like you remember the old cartoons looking. It's just absolutely beautiful, beautiful figure. Here in robot mode, Prowl is approximately 6.5 inches tall. As far as articulation goes, the head is on a swivel. Actually, the head is on a ball joint, so you can actually look up and down some. You can look around. You've got a nice range of motion there. You've got a ball joint on the shoulder. The ball joint's all the way in there, though. It's kind of like inside the chest piece here, and then you've got another swivel way out here. So you've got a nice range of motion with the shoulders, where you can actually do like a shrugging motion like that, or bring the shoulders down. And then you've got your in and out. You've got your rotation all the way around. You want to watch that door, of course, but you do have a full rotation. You've got a rotation right at the bicep there. You got a nice bend at the elbow. You actually have two hinges because of the transformation. It's a double hinge, so he goes all the way up like that. And of course, you've got a rotation Yes, you got a rotation at the wrist, and then the fingers are articulated. Just the four fingers are all together one piece, and those are articulated as well. You've got due to transformation, you've got articulation at the waist. You've got a universal joint at the. You can move these little panels up to get them out of the way of the legs. You got a universal joint at the hip, so you can go in and out, up and down, forward and backward. You can go all over the place. You've got a rotation right at the top of the thigh there. You've got a great bend at the knee. Once again, you got that double. You got a hinge there, and you got a hinge down here. So you got a bit of a double hinge there. So on the single hinge, you can go back about that far. But then if you make use of that second hinge, you can bring it up even further. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but it's there. You can do it if you want. And then with the feet, you've got forward and backward on the feet, and you have just a slight little bit of side-to-side tilt. So that's real nice. This guy is really posable, really beautiful-looking figure, and I'm really happy that I got this guy. As far as weapons go, if you come back here and you open up the roof. Just pull the roof off the chest. You can pull these guys up. He's got these two built-in shoulder-mounted cannons, and then you can bring the roof back up, slide it back in. Now, the shoulder-mounted cannons, once you get them up and out, you want to go ahead and pull these out, and they are going to click. Once you get them out all the way, boom, they're actually going to click a little bit, and it wasn't exactly audible, but you could feel it. That one, you could hear that one. So there you go. Just position those. I'm going to position them up at an angle just a little bit, and there you go. There's Prowl's shoulder mounted cannons ready to go and blow some Decepticons up. So there's one of his weapons, and then his other weapon, if you remember the rifle that we had with the vehicle. What you're going to want to do here is, if you remember the little handle with the L-shaped tab that we had mounted into the top of the light bar, you're going to want to take that and push it all the way back. It's going to rotate, and then you're going to bring it back all the way until it clicks, just like that. And this is going to be the handle for the robot mode. If you look at this handle from the front or the back, you're going to see there's a couple of little tabs here. So you can take this weapon and mount it on either hand, your choice. If you look inside the hand, right on the back of his palm there's a little slot. So I'm sure you know where we're going with this. This little tab is going to go into that slot right back there. That's going to help hold the weapon in place real nice and sturdy, very secure. And see, I don't even have the fingers closed on the figure. That weapon's not going anywhere. And then you want to go ahead and close the fingers anyway, because it just looks better that way. And there you go. There is Prowl in robot mode with his shoulder cannons deployed and his rifle ready to kick some Decepticon butt. Now for comparison, we'll go ahead and bring in Masterpiece Sideswipe here. And just because we showed them off in car mode together, and I keep these guys on my shelf together, and you can see he's just a hair shorter than Sideswipe at the top of the head. Then again, I've got his knees a little bent too. Bit of a dynamic pose there. So they're about the same size, maybe a little shorter, maybe a little taller, but yeah, they're about the same size. They're right in scale with each other, and these guys look great on the shelf together. I absolutely love the way these guys look together. I'm real happy that I've been getting these guys so far. So let's get Sideswipe out of here, and we'll focus one more time on Prowl before we head out. And just check one last look at Prowl right there. This guy looks amazing. Again, if you haven't picked this guy up so far, he's only been available as an import. But if you haven't had a chance to pick him up and you're wanting to pick him up, be patient, because he is going to be getting an American release very, very soon. And that's got me very, very excited, because I am definitely going to be getting Smokescreen and Blue Streak to go along with this guy. I am really excited. I can't wait to get these guys. So I think that about covers Transformers Masterpiece Prowl. Please leave me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.